fear. It's a need of the hour across India. People are suffering with lots and lots of fear. And not only during the pandemic time, otherwise also there are many factors which cause fear. Hi Nalini, how are you doing today?
Good, Jyoti. How is it there? How is the situation?
It's coming to a little bit moderate. We are in the middle, what can I say, in a neutral situation.
Mm.
So everywhere it's lockdown. Now we are getting a little bit, things are getting settled. It will take another a month time to, rejuvenate. Can I say that? That's all.
Never expected this when the first wave
No, not there.
was spreading. That second wave would be this shattering. My God. Um,
Because of
I-
negligence and carelessness, what can I say? It's all because you can't blame anyone. So everybody is a reason for it.
I don't know about you being there, right there in the
Mm,
situation, in the
mm,
midst of all of that. But here, whenever we get the news that so many people are dying and young people are losing their lives. Yesterday, I heard a news of two twins after their 24th birthday, after a week or so, they passed away. Two guys, so young, so healthy. That is really sad. All the sadness, all these news, and people around so close to us, family and friends, losing them,
mm.
it sets us so much fear. I totally agree. And I went through it myself. I have my own set of fears, like you were talking about,
Correct.
right? People have all
Mm.
kinds of fears, but this is a different kind of fear. This is fear from a real situation. It is not something that is unknown or we have created or we have anticipated, right? But this is going on all around, and this is the truth, right?
That's
What?
true. It's very true. We don't know. It's very unpredictable. It's something which nobody thought that second wave would actually come. And unfortunately, it has come and we have to face it. There is no second thought about it. But yeah, in a way, most of the people, more than the actual disease, people are going through a lot of fear when they get the disease.
Yeah. What do you define
This
fear as? Like this is a fear which is real from a real situation, but how do you help yourself and others in this kind of fear?
first thing is, it's not as easy as said Nalini. When people are going through the process of that fear that I may go get into hospital, I may need of oxygen, or I may happen this that. So that fear is constantly there when you from the morning you wake up till the night you sleep. But what I keep telling to myself, or
Mm,
I'm telling everybody that this too shall pass away and this is a passing phase. And fear happens when you start digging what happened to somebody or when you think of what is going to happen. That fear is not the present situation, but actually it is the old, whether it's the past or the present, in the future.
yeah,
So we are not in the present. So that
yeah.
causes fear. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I think fear is natural and powerful. Actually, it's a protective. It's from primitive humans. We all are from cave age, right? We all came from cavemen, and this is there to alert us, right? This is there to alert and warn us. I think because of this kind of negative emotion, which keeps us alert and cautious, this is helping us become more healthy. I think that is the advantage of this fear that I see. But then what are the reasons, what are the other reasons that people have all kinds of fear? This is not the only thing. Life is more than this, right?
Yeah, there are many kinds of fears. People have a fear that they lose everything. People have a fear. They have constant fears. Some people have. I'm missing you out. What's happening? Yeah.
I had to adjust that.
Have
My plant fell.
different kinds of fears that they'll lose their loved ones. They'll have some issues, health issues. There are many fears, and also most of us will always think that there is one proverb in Telugu which is called as "Kidinchu Melinchu." which
Hmm.
means they are ingrained from childhood that you always think bad, then good will happen to you.
Huh.
That's not wrong how it is. I mean, that's how people are being taught. You should. We should. I have a friend in Chennai. We had studied in Chennai. We used to. And even when she's laughing, she makes sure that she doesn't laugh much for a joke. She'll
Hmm.
feel like I laugh a lot. Then tomorrow,
Hmm.
so it's like
Hmm.
there also. We understand. That's how people are. What do you
Yeah.
think about
Actually, that reminded me of this story. And the say actually there is a saying in Hindi, "Jo dar gaya so mar gaya." I bet many
it?
people in India know this. It means the one who feared, one who is afraid, is equal to dead. Actually, there is a story
Correct.
behind this. There is a very nice
Mm,
story about this. I bet you
mm,
heard this. So
mm,
there were a group of travelers who were
mm.
passing through the forest, and they saw that it's getting darker, so they need to rest in the middle of the forest itself instead of going deep into jungle. So what
Okay.
they do is they find nice bushy area, and they decide to settle down for the night, for that day. And in the middle of the night, they hear some rumbling sound, roaring rumbling sound, and they all get scared, and they quickly go and hide behind the bushes. So
Okay.
they decide that all through the night we are going to take shelter here. We are not going to go out, not be seen, and not going to rest. We are going to stay alert all night, just in case
Okay.
if this is something like wild animal or demon or something which will come and eat us up. So we are going to stay alert all night. They stay alert all night, and in the morning when the sun comes up, they see that it is actually, oh, are you there? Jyothi, I lost you. Well, I'll continue the story and she'll join us. So when sun rays are able to shed some light on the surrounding areas, they see that there is actually a big drum, and a branch is actually rubbing against it, and that scratching sound is actually making that rumbling sound, which sounds like as if there is a big demon or something. So that is what is going on, right? So when they see that among this group of travelers, one of them has passed away because of the fear of that sound. So only thing is, if that person has waited for the light and has seen actually that this is not a demon, it is just a drum, right? That where did this drum come from in the middle of the forest all of a sudden? Looks like there was a party of wedding that passed through the jungle, that in those days they used to walk by. So this is a story from old times, right? So this is and they were looted, and the drum fell and nobody ever picked up, and that is what happened. So it sometimes it is just a simple misunderstanding. So this fear, which is a negative emotion, which is quite common in all of us, and it is not unnatural. It is quite natural. It is triggered by the perception of sometimes unknown, sometimes real, sometimes. I continued, Jyoti.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's okay. So I think I mentioned the story that we were
Yeah,
talking
I was
about.
listening. Yeah, I was listening. There was
Oh,
an internet connection problem with you, but I was listening that, yeah, you complete the story, you're halfway through it.
no, I finished actually.
Finished,
The
huh?
live
Okay.
is slow,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
finish the story. So that is what is fear, right? Fear
Correct.
of sometimes unknown, fear of in this case of pandemic, it is fear of known. It is everywhere there. But I think we can convert this fear into strength. How can we convert fear into strength instead of worrying? Before we go there, I think we need to understand what are the after effects of fear. Once we have fear, what does it lead to, right? In today's scenario, as you were telling about your friend, being very overly cautious, right? And overthinking in this case, I believe, and
Absolutely.
loss of health. Many people are losing health over this, thinking that, oh my god, it is there everywhere, we never know when it will happen to us. Instead of that, we need to, I think, double up our health practices and increase our immunity, right? If it is a fear of something else, like for example, I have a fear of ghosts. Okay, some people have fear of
Flying.
cars. Uh-huh. Fear of
Fear of
cars.
flying.
Fear of flying is actually called aerophobia, it seems.
Aerophobia. Yeah.
Fear of flights. We have all of this, right? But many people are flying, as you said, right? Many people go to jungles and live alone in jungles, and nobody is getting attacked by ghosts. Only they only going to come to me, right? So I had to really sit and think through this. I had many other phobias, claustrophobia. If it is a congested area like flights, I don't like to
Absolutely.
fly a lot at all, because in flights it's really congesting, and I don't like to fly a lot. That's why I don't come to India often. That is one of the reasons, actually. No,
Okay. Okay.
major reasons. So
Uh-huh.
these are, so mainly, I think overthinking, exhaustion. We do mistakes, many mistakes, because we do not have clarity, and a loss of health, right? These are all the losses. But then how do we convert this fear into strength, so that we won't miss out on any part of life. And at the same time, not having fear is also not good, right? What do you say, Jyoti?
Yeah, not having fear is also not good. You should have a little bit of fear, but that fear should not cause many major problems. Like some people have fear so much that they get heart attacks, brain strokes. All these are, psychologically constantly think that something will happen, that surely will happen.
Yeah.
Recently, I saw it's a story, what you said, a similar kind of story. I listened to Sadhguru a lot. Of course,
Mm.
I don't know about Nalini, but yeah. I
Huh.
listened to Sadhguru. He was also talking about this. There is this tree which is called as Kalpavriksha. You know the Kalpavriksha tree, Nalini?
Mm. Yeah.
Whatever you wish. You sit under that
Boom tree.
Kalpavriksha. I hope
Mm.
if you get that tree somewhere, yeah. If you sit under that tree, that will happen, it seems. I wish I have a house like Nalini is having, where even I can sit in the lawn and just do a show there.
Take it, it's all yours. Oh,
So I'm just saying for fun. But anyway, that Kalpamisha tree, under it, if you go and you think, that will really happen. So he was telling that story where a guy goes and sits there and thinks that, I'm so hungry, I wish I had food. And then the food will come. Then he feels that, wow, food has come, he'll eat. Then he'll think, Arey, I should sleep nicely. Then he'll sleep nicely and he'll get up. Then he'll think, Arey, what, I'm alone. All these things I feel very jittery. I think there's ghost. Ghost will come. Oh, your ghost has come, it'll eat me. The ghost will come and eat him. So the problem is, we don't enjoy what we're having. We'll always
exactly.
think negative of what we're having also.
Yeah.
That's a major problem with all of us, that we know we don't trust people, we don't enjoy the moment, we always fear. What do you think on this thing of
I, I want to share
fear
one of
always?
my, yeah, one of
Hmm.
my fears, actually. When I was little, I
Uh-huh.
was really way too much attached to my mom. Even now, I'm attached, but way too
Mhm.
much attached. If she goes out, right? If she goes to some place, and it's been 2 hours, she did not come at all, right? I mean, it's getting late. I anticipated her to come within 1.5 hour or so, but it's been 2 hours. I used to get so nervous. I used to get so anxious that I used to sit outside, and I used to be sobbing inside, but holding my tears. And I used to do that so often. And my mom used to be so fed up of me. She used to tell me, don't do this to your husband and your children, and they will run away. Okay, so yeah, this is, I think this it became a habit after a time, after some time. And then my mom said that, this has become a very bad habit. Fear led to a habit. So I think fear comes from aspirations for future. Oh yeah, I want this to happen in future, I don't know if this will happen or not,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So and then we anticipate something, in this case, pandemic case, in this case we anticipate that what if they will never find a treatment for this, what if they will never
Correct.
have oxygen tanks, right? Or what
Hmm.
if everybody gets it, what if the virus becomes so powerful that it cannot be tackled at all. So all these
Hmm.
things lead to lot of fear. But I think the power comes from
We are
knowing.
speaking a lot about how fear will come.
Yeah.
So let's go to the part where how to get out of the fear.
Yeah, exactly. I think we can tackle the fear by doing couple of things. I wrote down
Hmm.
few things I would like to address here. We can
Please.
convert this fear into strength. I converted my
Hmm.
fear into strength. I'm a
Absolutely.
caring person, right? I convey to
Hmm.
people who are close to me that, hey, I'm a caring person. I care for you, and if at all it comes out like this, then please forgive me and do let me know. Okay, so that is my way of dealing with it. But then fear, I think it comes from misinformation, lack of information,
Okay.
right?
Hmm.
That is the secret. But knowing that, is it's not going to be enough. We have to
Hmm.
accept first of all that this is a negative emotion, and asking ourselves that this negative emotion, what is it trying to teach me? It is trying
Hmm.
to tell me something, right? And that wisdom is within us, asking ourselves, what is this fear going to help me with? It is not there always to destroy or pull you down. Yeah, it is a kind of negative emotion compared to happiness, right? Happiness gives you strength. Fear does not give you
Very
that
true.
kind of strength, that kind of health. It kind of takes your health away, but it has given us health also, right? I think because of this fear, I think because of this pandemic fear and this corona fear, I think people have become more conscious, and they have actually added health habits to their daily activities more than before. I think that is what
Absolutely.
I see it as.
Even
Yeah.
I felt that what I have learned from you is
Hmm.
in the first word I have learned when I spoke to you initially a year ago was self care. I didn't even realize that such word exists. You trust me, I used to read
Hmm.
and what self care, man. I mean, bullshit. But when I spoke to you, I really understood that self care is really very important. We always think about others, and fortunately, I was able to meet people like Nandi, and Nandi is one of the person I really look up to on a couple of things, especially when it comes to self care, yoga. I used to do a little bit of yoga, but the yoga, what I was doing was more of a physical thing, like Surya Namaskaras and chakras and that asan, this and this. The asanas I was doing. But yoga is more of the other aspect also, which is also your mental aspect, which is of meditation, which is of sitting peacefully. So this, I think, I have lately understood, and Nalini is one of the part of. I should thank her for that because I went in depth detail into what we should do to be have mental peace. I was not doing much of meditation; it was more of asanas. Then later on, I started to do all this after I got connected with Nalini. So thank you, Nalini, for that, and also on the breathing thing what she suggested was fantastic. And a lot of my friends who are learning from her have actually thanked me personally, saying that good that you put me on to Nalini. That's the thing. And guys, she's doing a very fantastic thing, which I really appreciate. Being in India, we are not doing. She's doing somewhere in the country, the other side of the country. She's doing a free breathing classes on Saturday. um, I think the time is what time, Nami, India time?
India time is 5 p.m. Saturdays, and US is 8 5:30 p.m. India, and on Saturdays, and here it is
5:30
8
p.m.
a.m. Saturday.
8 a.m. in EST and 5:30 India time. You can just, it's free. You can just connect with her on her page, or even in our Life is Beautiful page. You can connect and join in the breathing classes. It's free. You can just sit and learn those breathing techniques. And also, there's a lot of meditation, and there's a lot of people connecting from different parts of the world. You'll be feel that fear factor will go when you see many people around you. And most of the fear, don't you think, Nalini, it is because of loneliness also? What do you think on that aspect, Nalini?
Yeah, nowadays we are losing human connect because of this social distancing and not gathering, right? We have enough time to work on ourselves, but only if we can work on ourselves. And about breathing, yeah, you're so right. There are the breathing techniques, they directly work with your mind. Mind has direct connection with breathing. If you practice breathing in a wrong way, it can hurt your mind and emotions, whereas if you practice it right way, it can simply make you feel happier than you are.
Very true.
Right? They're that powerful, and they don't cost you. Nobody else has to do it on you. Like for example, you don't need a medical doctor or a nurse or a masseuse to massage on you, right? You don't need another person or another pair of hands. You can do it yourself. You can do it anytime. And there are some breathing techniques which make you feel happier, improve your immune system, increase your oxygen uptake, and make you feel happier, increase your health levels. Like for example, heart health, it improves your heart health. There are techniques which you can do even after eating a meal. You need not be empty belly. There are some wrong notions about that. So there are so many ways that we can help ourselves. And self care, I'm glad you mentioned that. This is self care is an English word, but this is an age old word from our Mahabharata. The word is Swadharma. Swadharma is the word that came from Mahabharata, which is an age old script from Indian culture, right? From Indian
Correct. Correct.
from India, I would say, or Indian
Yes.
philosophy, but
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
okay.
yeah, what I think, yeah, what she's saying is Swadharma is what the word which we forgot. And actually, whether it is English word or whatever word, self care is something which we are not doing. In that, I think because of that only, that fear aspect is major problem. Whether you're lonely, I don't know how many more pandemics are going to come in future. We should be prepared for everything. I think that is what we know. We are not prepared. We think everything will happen. Let's it happen. Go with the flow. I think sometimes going with the flow is also, not so good. Also, you should do a self care thing, which I have done in 1 year, which most of us have done 1 year. But Nalini has been doing from ages. We should learn from such people who can tell us that this is how you should do. So, Nalini, how did you come to know about self care? How did this happen to you?
Mhm. See, for everything good that somebody incorporated, I think there is totally opposite. So actually the reason why I talk about self-care so much is because I neglected myself a lot, and it has hurt me very much, and that has taught me the lessons. I think these are all life lessons. And about pandemic, you're so right. I'm glad you touched on that, Jyoti. Being a microbiologist, that is my major, that is my degree actually. So I've been studying microbiology for 30 years now. And this is not the first pandemic. Okay, pandemic is a worldwide infection. It spreads on the entire globe in all the countries. By now, everybody knows this, but just clarifying. So this kind of phenomena did not happen first time. Plague happened. It has been mentioned in Bible. Okay, you can look it up. Old Testament of Bible, Genesis.
Testimony, yeah, it is
Uh-huh.
mentioned there.
And there are flu in 1918. Flu spread and millions of people died of influenza, flu virus, which is similar to corona. Corona is a different form of flu virus. So it happened several times. Human race did not get erased from planet Earth. So we don't need to really fear that much. That is one thing.
Healthhomeskin.com for pure quality organic health supplements, biodegradable detergents, premium quality skincare and makeup.
And another thing, especially flu being a virus, it spreads very quickly. It is very small particle and it can spread through air, especially this one. It has a potential to spread, and it will not stop in an year. Nowhere in the history pandemic started spreading and stopped within a year. So if you are thinking that it started in 2020, it should have ended by 2020, no, you're mistaken. It will go a little longer, so hold on to it, keep your practices up, and talk about fear. If you have any fear or misconception or any misunderstanding of lack of sources, or what is happening with oxygen, when is India going to get more oxygen tanks, then, and what is the new medicine 2DG, right? Keep yourself updated. Many people say that WhatsApp has so much negativity, Facebook has so much negativity, news has so much negative, so stop all of them. No, that's not true. You have to educate yourself, be in the know. I think that, and whenever I hear the news, I hear it with awareness that I'm going to make use of this news so that I can spread the good things about this. I'm not going
Very
to
true.
let this news break me or make me weak. That is how I hear the news, and that is how I make use of it. And if
Absolutely.
anybody has fear, please talk with your friends. Yeah, phones are available nowadays, right?
Very true.
Watch news, educate yourself, ask a professional more than anybody else. The wisdom is within us. Ask yourself, what is this fear planning to teach me? Why did it come? Why do I have this? Why? What are my thoughts going on? Okay, I don't have fear. Great. And what are others thinking? What is going on in the world? I think we need to educate ourselves and prepare ourselves better and strengthen ourselves. First of all, accepting that this is negative, but this negative is trying to teach me. Negative is also part of life. Negative is trying to teach me something. What is it trying to teach me? If I'm unable
Absolutely.
to
Healthhomeskin.com for pure quality organic health supplements, biodegradable detergents, premium quality skincare and makeup.
help myself, am I able to get help from others? I think this is something that I
Fantastic.
would.
Actually, very well said, Nalini, because we have to sit down and analyze why this fear comes. The moment that fear comes, when you start analyzing, and if you really don't know anything, then start talking to people. If you're going to sit like
Yeah.
that and sit down in your room and cry over it, not only this pandemic, Nalini, or any other pandemic which might come, or anything also, people have fear of failure, fear of loss, fear of anything,
Yeah.
general care also. As she said, you have people around you. You can just call them, talk to them, and if you have any doubts, you can just reach out people and understand. And yeah, whatever news or information you get, don't panic first. First, analyze it, like how she said that you should go through it and understand it and
Yes.
useful to you. That's how you should do. The present situation, you can't detach yourself from news. It's all the way around. Even if you're out of your social media or WhatsApp or bullshit, people around you will come and tell you. Your neighbors, your friends, somebody will call and tell you. You can't get away from this world, right? So you
Yeah.
should make
Yeah.
use of whatever information you get in a proper way. That's what she's saying. So
Yeah.
that's the thing, Nani. Anything else you want to add today?
No, that's it. These are wonderful points. I think we all have fears. I myself have fear. We are not saying that, we are super beings, but we are here to share what everybody is facing. And it was great to think about this and put some points together and strengthen myself, first of all, and being able to share with others.
Same here. I have 101 fears every day, but every fear when I come, I think about it. What the maximum it will happen? What maximum it will happen? That if you think, no,
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
it, your fear will go. That's how I do it. So fantastic. Today's show was very interesting, Nalini, and it was nice. When I liked Nalini's lawn, I wish I could have such lawn and sit there and do a show.
Come, come. You have to come.
I
So
have
that
come very
was
soon.
our
True, sure.
eye-opening, mind-altering topic. We are going to come up
Yeah,
with
one
more of this.
fantastic topic. I like the
And
topic today. It was very nice and something which we really connect a lot. And in the present situation, yeah,
yeah, wonderful.
wonderful. Take care, Nandi. Bye bye. We'll catch up. Bye.
Bye.
Our global FMCG company is looking for ambitious, coachable, serious candidates to join us as business partners. Start your business with your smartphone or laptop with low capital. For details, visit worldebusinesspartners.com.